So I'm Steve.
I'm Riley.
Tax Force is our company. What's the segment called? The segment's called Teaching Riley. What are we learning today, Riley?
Well, I graduated about a year ago. I've been really working on paying down my debts, and now I want to know, before I get crazy and start investing and everything, I was reading that I should have an emergency fund set up first in case I lose my job, in case anything were to happen, if I were to get sick. How much should I have set aside before I start putting my money in other crazy places?
Well, I think first of all, you deserve a lot of credit for having debt paid down. You said you've been focusing on that, and that's something that's really, really important, right? But equally important, you're right, is an emergency fund. Because paying down debt, well, it's good to not have the debt anymore. Oftentimes, you don't have access to those funds anymore.
Right.
You mentioned earlier, we were talking off camera about a student line of credit.
Yes. So when I pay my student line of credit, it's not like a regular line of credit where I have access to it once I pay it down. Once I pay it down, it's gone. It's more like a loan.
And that's an important factor to understand that, if I've got $2,000 in a bank account or a $2,000 loan, well, if I pay that loan off and I can't get those funds again, well, the money's gone.
Yeah.
Right? And if you did have an emergency, you can't get back at it. So a true line of credit, as you alluded to, is, if I took that money and paid it down on the line of credit, if an emergency happened, the car broke down, like you said, you got sick, you needed those funds, then you could borrow back against the line of credit.
Yes.
In that situation, having the funds paid down on the line of credit does make sense because you're not earning any interest on the money sitting in a safe bank account, but you are paying interest on the line of credit.
Yes.
Right? So in your case, where if I pay this loan off, I no longer have access to those funds, we really are talking about we need a nest egg set aside in case, as you said, you get sick, the car breaks down, COVID happens. Right? I like to say, and there's lots of metrics out there, but I like keeping things simple. 2 months gross salary is a great place to start.
Okay. And why?
2 months gross should equal almost 3 months take home.
Okay.
With a little bit of savings. Like you'd have to cut on some of your expenses. So really that number should be able to get you through 3 months of your expenses, right? Pretty well. Hopefully after 3 months you can, if you can't get back on your feet, there are other government programs that are going to kick in that time to help you get through that.
Right,
So
perfect.
that's why that's a 2 months gross salary is a good place to start.
All right.